What do you do when your mind becomes the hardest place to be? When you're convinced that nobody can fix it, when you're convinced that you'll never be your original self, when you're convinced that, well, this is just my life. I guess these are the cards I'm dealt. I guess nothing is ever going to go right for me in life starting from this point. So we have all of these emotions and we still have to go to work. We still have to go to school. We still have to be a parent. We still have to be that partner in our relationship. Or, as simply put, we have to be a human in society at the end of the day. And I know it's very cliche to say, but if your cup is empty, you cannot pour into other people's cups. I know it's cliche. I used to think the same thing, but what I'm finding out as I go through life is a lot of these cliche sayings are real life, which is hilarious to me. Well, it's hilarious after the fact, but you get what I'm saying. Another way I like to look at it is I imagine myself as a tree, right? If I am a tree, I have roots that are planted in the ground. These roots allow me to grow, let's say apples. I want to be an apple tree. These strong roots allow me to grow branches and produce apples on my apple tree. But if I have a weak root, if my roots aren't stable, let's say my foundation isn't stable as a tree, how am I going to be able to produce fruit? I'm not going to. And the fruit in your life is relationships and opportunities. So simply put, if our foundation is not stable, it's going to be very hard to maintain and balance other things in our life, which is why you got to make sure you're okay first. And I know that's super hard for a lot of people. But we're going to talk about that today, as you can see by the title. I kind of want to get into a really severe depressive episode that I was in last year. I wasn't able to create anything, which is why I mentioned in the beginning of the video, not feeling like your original self. We're going to get into all that, but I feel like if we're going to talk about the good things that came out of this depressive episode, we have to talk about the beginning. We have to talk about the bad things, like what the heck happened? How did you get here? How were you trying to cope? We're going to talk about all of that today. So let's talk. If you're new here, hello, my name is Carmen Renee. I am the owner of In a Perfect World podcast. It's my little corner of the internet where I like to motivate and uplift people to be the best versions of themselves. If you are not new to the channel, hey, welcome back. You might hear me talk a lot about how 2025 was just the worst year of my life. I try not to bring it up too much, but I feel like in the beginning of the year it's still kind of prevalent. 2025, we got to get out of this year. At midnight, I'm yelling Jumanji. No funny, this has been the worst year of my life. With that being said, 2025, I'm so glad you're out of here. It really showed me the true meaning of when adults are like, man, if it ain't one thing, it's another. And it was quite literally another, y'all. I could not catch a break. I sincerely felt like I could not catch a break last year from family issues, health issues, financial issues, just taking on a lot. And my mental health has never been in such a bad, for lack of better words, my mental health has never been in such a bad state like it was last year. Like it was last year, y'all. I keep taking pauses because I'm just really proud of how far I've come. But we're going to get into that. I got to stop jumping ahead. I got to stop. Okay, let's start. So as we go throughout this video, I know you're going to be wondering, well, Carmen, what the heck happened? I'm going to keep it a stack with y'all. I'm not going to disclose everything on here. And I honestly don't think I need to. Y'all just got to take my word for it. When I say that it was a very tough time for me, I don't think the context of my problems will make or break this video, but Just know it was very heavy on me. Once all of these things started to hit me back to back, and I was like, wow, this is getting to be a lot. This is really getting to be a lot. I mean, at the time, I had quit my master's degree, so I was still kind of on the rocks about that. You know how that goes, being 23 and just being worried about your future. So, okay, that's one thing I will share with y'all. I did quit my master's program. I don't feel bad about it. And in the midst of all of this, just having so many things piling on top of me, I leaned toward alternative coping methods. And those alternative coping methods did not help me. They were very unhealthy, and they turned me into somebody that was unrecognizable. And when I say that, I quite literally mean I would look at myself in the mirror and would not recognize the person that was looking back to me. Like it's almost as if I disassociated, and I had never had that experience before. Lot of new experiences that I went through in 2025, and disassociation was one of them. I felt like I was looking at myself on a TV screen, and that was really weird for me. So after going through these alternative coping methods, whatever that looks like to you, that looks different for everybody. And I feel like you have to go through, do I want to say that? Yeah, I'll say it. You kind of have to go through some unhealthy coping methods before you come to realize, okay, maybe I need to reel it in a little bit. Maybe I do need to get some help, which is what my next topic is about: therapy. Y'all, let's talk a little bit about therapy. Wow, 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 wow. I am not being dramatic when I say that therapy might have been one of the best decisions that I've ever made in my life. And I do want to point out that I made that decision for myself. I kind of woke up and was like, I think I might need a little bit of help, because things are getting bad up here. And everybody has that one thing that makes them think, wow, I'm really doing bad. Y'all know how I knew I was doing bad? I didn't want to create. I didn't want to be on camera. I didn't want to do content. I didn't want to edit anything. Once it got to that point, I'm like, okay, I'm losing myself. I can't lose myself. I cannot lose myself, because if I lose myself, let me gag y'all real quick. If I lose myself, that means other people are going to be able to fill in those voids. So now I got a lick of this person's personality and a lick of this person's personality, and I couldn't take anything from this person's personality. So now I feel even more empty. Think about that. I don't know if you guys remember or had experienced this, but during COVID was also a semi hard time for me. It wasn't nearly as bad as 2025, but I remember looking for a therapist, and because the healthcare system, the healthcare industry was so overwhelmed, they didn't really have any therapists. At least my insurance didn't. Couldn't find a therapist. I'm just so grateful that I was able to find a therapist when I really, really needed it. Not saying I didn't need it in 2020, but baby, it was a it was a lot on the line in 2025. Okay. But yeah, therapy was one of the best decisions I could have ever made. I am so mindful now. Like, going back to what I said about disassociation. I don't know what the word is now, but like when I have a thought, it's almost as if another version of myself is coming, and it's like, are we gonna accept this thought? And it's like I'm going back and forth with myself. Like, I don't know how to explain it, y'all. It's really weird. Like, growing up and learning yourself is really weird. Anyway, I'm very mindful now. I'm mindful of my thoughts. I'm mindful of my actions. I'm mindful of just people. It's taught me so many good things about myself. And if anybody out there is hesitant about therapy, like you can't talk to a random stranger, you don't want to talk to them because they're only doing it for the money, put that aside. Please put that aside. I mean, The money thing I've heard, but there are people that genuinely care about the mental health of other people. And I genuinely get that from my therapist. Like, I wish we could be friends on the outside world, but I know we can't. No, but seriously, there are people that really do care about your mental health. And the fact that they getting paid for it is not a bad thing. Everybody got to get it, don't they? Everybody got to get their money. But man, if you can put that stuff aside and get you a therapist and really like, and really just take heed to what they're saying and use the exercises. The therapy I went through, I want to say it was called CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, which focuses on mindfulness, I believe. I actually didn't do research about it. My mom is a upcoming, my mom just got her nurse practitioner in mental health services, so I'm kind of recalling some of the stuff that I hear from her. Cognitive behavioral health, cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. Anyway, y'all go look into that. But yes, therapy is everything. And one of the things that I carry with me, I did an exercise one time where I had to identify my values because I didn't know what my values were. I think everybody has the same basis of values, you get what I'm saying? I want to be an honest person. I love. I want to be trustworthy, that kind of thing. But I really dug into my values, like what's really important to me. Like that stuff is important, don't get me wrong. But what is important to me? What moves me? What makes me get up and do what I do every single day? What are those things? And y'all, to my surprise, not really to my surprise, my number one value is peace. I had so much chaos in 2025, and it wasn't even my chaos, y'all. It was other people's chaos that was being brought to me and kind of just mixing me up in it. And let me tell y'all, it ain't nothing like peace. I would give up anything for peace in a heartbeat. I cannot stand to have conflict or internal conflict within myself. Like I get physically sick. And I know everybody might think, "Oh, I need peace," but peace just hits different for some people. And I swear, peace hits different for me, y'all. So if you are going through a hard time, and I hope as this video goes on, you take more than this away from it, but really find out what your values are. I'm going to link the site that I found my values through. It'll ask you a bunch of questions and it'll really help you to identify what matters most to you. And once you find that list of 5 things, like I have them in my notes now just because I never want to lose sight. Like the thing about your values, they're instilled in how you move throughout the world, but sometimes it's just good to have a look at them and really focus on what those words mean to you. Now, this next thing that I am really excited to talk about because I never thought that I would be this kind of person. I never, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I never thought I would be this kind of person. And it's funny because the way my year started out in 2025, you would have, I don't know. January 2025 me would have not expected December 2025 me to be who she is or who she was. I guess I'm still me. But y'all, when I tell y'all God sat me down and said, if you don't listen to me, if you don't pay, do you see me? Like, I'm right here. Boy, Now, let me give you some context. December 2024, matter of fact, December 31st, 2024, around 2 o'clock, last day of the year, my best friend calls. She's like, "Hey, I don't know what we're going to do tonight. My mom wanted me to come to church with her. Da, da, da." Now, let me tell y'all, we had plans. Okay? We had plans. Do with that what you will. But I was like, you know what? I'll come to church with you. You know, we can go to church. We can we can do what your mom want to do, and then we can go off and we can do our thing. That was, y'all, when I tell y'all church was a pit stop, so we can get to where we're going and get to what we about to get into. That's what it was for me. Um and that's what ended up happening. Um Chaos started to hit my life, and even in the midst of this chaos, I was still trying to carry everything myself. I was like, you know what? I got it. It's cool. Um but baby, whew. Now, more context. This chaos in my life started at the end of April. It wasn't until June 2025 where something really heavy happened in my life. And I was like, okay, I can't do this by myself. I cannot I can't do this by myself. I can't do this by myself. And I'm sorry if I look stuck, but this is really how it happened. It's like I had an epiphany. It's like, you think you can handle all these things without God? Because when bad things happen, y'all, you need something to fall back on. And I remember feeling this the very first time I had a friend pass away in my life. Um, I kind of didn't have anything to fall back on. Of course, I believed in God, but I didn't have a relationship how I have right now. I knew the basic, I knew the basic things, Adam and Eve, and I had a really weird relationship with religion growing up. So when I was old enough to kind of separate myself from religion, I did not plan on going back at all. I didn't plan on going back. I said, okay, I'm gonna just be one of those people that believe in God and go about my life. But when I actually started to practice, like, y'all, I got a Bible. I bought my own Bible. I be taking notes. I be studying. Like, when I actually got into the word, it changed something in me. And when I tell y'all, I really cannot stress enough how I never thought that I would be this person. And you're like, what kind of person is that? It's just a person that reads a Bible and that, you know, reads a Bible and makes changes in her life. I don't know. I say all this to say, for me to randomly be invited to a church on New Year's Eve when I had absolutely no plans of going to a church, and then 6 months later having this epiphany that I need God. I cannot function without God. How can you function without your creator? Just between that 6 months, it's like in January, God was like, I'm gonna show you. I am gonna show you why you need to stop playing with me. And yeah, it was just a really funny sense of foreshadowing. So I am super grateful. I actually have a journal entry. I don't know if I'm gonna read it to y'all. I have a journal entry from the exact day that I said, okay, I gotta lock in with God, and I gotta figure something out. Like, this is not gonna work anymore, Carmen. This is not gonna work anymore. Stop thinking that you can fix everything and that everything is always gonna work out for you. And even if it doesn't work out for you, this is the part. If it doesn't work out for you, what are you gonna have to fall back on? Where's your faith? What do you believe in? Because all of this is y'all. And that's another thing. This is just a mask in a sense. You get what I'm saying? Like, the real me is not me. It's not me with these lashes and with this hair and this skin. Like, this isn't me. The real me is on the inside. It's my soul. So it really gets deep. And I'm sorry if I sound a little weird. I'm still learning, but this is just how I process things. This is just how I'm processing it. I'm still studying, y'all. I'm still very, very early. But the fact of the matter is, I'm here. I am here. And I'm super grateful and I'm super blessed. And yeah, I feel like this is going to come up a lot in future episodes, especially solo episodes. I'm in my bedroom today just because I wanted to feel super cozy, and I think I feel the most comfortable in my bedroom. because I'm always in here. I love my bed. I love my bed. It just makes me really speechless sometimes, y'all. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful for everything. And one more thing before we wrap up. I talked about this in my last episode with my homegirl, y'all. Hey, hey, females, please go check that video out. I am so proud of that video and that conversation. I really think you'll take a lot from it. And if you look in the description, you can kind of hop from topic to topic. If you see a topic that interests you, just go ahead and click it. It was such a good episode. Anyway, documentation purposes, documentation is everything. Because when you are coming out of this bad season, you're going to need something to look back on. You're going to need something that shows you, wow, I am not where I was a month ago, 6 months ago, a year ago. That's why I journal every single day. Even if I don't have anything to write about, I write something. Mommy made spaghetti today for dinner. It was really good. I had to go pump gas today. I didn't feel like it. Like I'm always writing something just because I want to be able to look back and just be proud of myself, because these things are not easy. Coming out of depression is not easy. Being depressed is not easy. It's very tough, but whatever documentation looks like to you, right? I know some people don't like to write. Record an audio message. Some people don't like to hear themselves on video. I am sometimes one of those people, which is crazy because I have a whole podcast. If you don't like to hear yourself on video, draw something. If you don't know how to draw, make a song. Like it's various ways to capture your mental state. And that's where creativity comes in. That's kind of why I love the arts so much. And you don't have to do one thing all the time. You get what I'm saying? Like me, I journal, or I come on here and I talk to you guys. What else do I like to do? I draw a little bit, but that I wouldn't really count that. The point is, document yourself. You will be so proud. You can come back and thank me in 6 months or a year and say, Carmen, that was a really good idea. And then one day you can go on your podcast and talk about how you've grown. And the last thing I want to leave with you guys before I wrap this video up is that it always gets better. It always gets better. If you think back to other times in your life where you felt like, man, this is the worst. This is the worst of the worst. I don't know how it's going to get better from here. And then something happens that makes you appreciate why that bad thing happened. Or you see that loss that you took eventually led you to the win. So just keep those things in mind. I know it's hard in the moment, because I remember being in that period and being like, man, what the hell did I do? Why am I going through all of this stuff? I'm a good person. I do good things. I remember it. And honestly, y'all, if I could go back and go through those things to become the person that I am now, I wouldn't do it. But but the best part is I don't make that decision. So thank God for putting me through that. So now I can be this version of myself, and I can come on here and tell you guys that it gets better, because that is what truly makes me feel good inside. I love speaking life into people. Oh, now I'm talking about myself. Well, I guess I've been talking about myself this whole video. No, I love speaking life into people. And if my situation can help at least one person, if this video get 3 views, I hope all 3 of y'all enjoyed the video and take something away from it. So yeah, if you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you listening to me, and hopefully you will see me next week. We post videos every single Friday. Sometime I do a solo episode. I'm doing a solo episode today because my guest was supposed to come on Monday, but there was a snowstorm. So I'm like, I gotta figure out what to do. So this is what we're doing today. And this topic just spoke to me. And yeah, this topic just spoke to me. So I cut the camera on. It's funny, I actually told my Instagram that I was going to film this video before I filmed the video. And when it was time to film the video, I'm like, ugh, I don't want to film the video. But because I'm like, ugh, it's so personal. But I feel good. I don't even think this video is going to be so easy to edit because I'm literally just talking through. But yes, let me swing back real quick. We post videos every single Friday, solo episodes, mostly with guests, where we talk about their biggest dreams and creative journeys and mental barriers, and a lot of what we talked about today, just growth. That's the most important thing to me. It's one of my values, and you can check the description for that link as well. But yes, that is what In a Perfect World is about. Please go and check out our other episodes. Listen to us on Spotify, Apple, Amazon Music, all that good stuff. Again, my name is Carmen Renee. Thank you for tuning into In a Perfect World podcast. And wow, see y'all next week.